Hello my friends, in this video I'm going to show you exactly the best way to start onion seeds. Alright, so before I get into showing you the setup, there's a little preliminary knowledge that is required. Okay, so the first thing is you have to understand the difference between long day and short day onions. They're divided into these two categories. Alright, so onions bulb, they form bulbs based upon the hours of daylight that they receive, and some do it in short amount of daylight, some do it when there's a long amount of daylight. It signals to the plant how to form its bulb. Okay, so people that are growing them on the coast, the southern coast, and all the way up until about Tennessee, those people are going to receive less hours of sunlight than they do further north, and so to those people they need short day. All right, they need short day onions. To the people above Tennessee, definitely in northern Indiana and beyond, above north, you need long day varieties. Okay, so if you're growing a short day variety in northern Indiana, it's going to produce a tiny little thing, and it's not going to store well, and you're going to be like, what is going on? What did I do wrong? It's because you didn't choose the right type. All right, so pretty much I would say Kentucky would be the dividing line. South of Kentucky, you need short day onions. North of Kentucky, long day onions. Okay, very important to know to get the right type. Now, the next distinction you have to understand is the difference between onion sets and onion seeds. Okay, sets are tiny little onions, basically, and that's what you get from like a greenhouse or a seed supply store. Is sets, and you basically just plant these out into the ground about the second week of April, and they grow up and become larger onions. All right, now the advantage to sets is that they are very simple. They're easy. You get them in the mail or wherever at the feed store, and you just put them in the ground and they get larger. All right, convenience and ease is the biggest advantages. And if you don't have a grow light setup, if you haven't watched my video about how to set up the seed starting setup, then you probably want to do sets, because you won't be able to start up the seeds properly. All right, but they have some distinct disadvantages. And sets, okay, because onions are what is called biennials, meaning that they set seed and flowers the second year of growth. All right, as opposed to annuals that grow and produce seed in 1 year. Biennials produce seed in the second year. Okay, so by using sets, they're already a year old, so they're entering their second year, and a lot of them will go to flower, in which case you'll get very little bulb action happening. Right, also most onion sets are designed for short day. Most of the onion sets are short day because they are for places like California, or they come from places like California or any of the southern coast. Okay, so for that reason, onion sets generally do not form large enough bulbs. All right, and they also do not store well because they're already 2 years old by the completion of their growing season. So they won't store that long. However, if you grow onions from seed, like I'm about to show you how, adapted to your specific environment, okay, growing long day ones in the north from seed, you will get them and they can last all winter long, no problem. They can store rock solid in the basement. Okay, and that is the Viking way, the storage crop way. All right, so we can have them just sitting out in the basement like I do now, lasting all winter long. All right, so what do? You get your seeds. Okay, this year I'm growing the Weathersfield Red from Baker Creek, and also the yellow New York Early from Fruition Seeds. Okay, both of these are long day varieties, and I plant them in this way. Take tomato trays. Okay, this is what I call tomato trays. They're 10 by 20 black trays, and you take one that has no holes in it and one that has holes in it. You see, like this, and you put them inside of each other like that. Then you fill it all the way to the top with potting soil, a good rich, the best rich potting soil you can find. All right, nice light and fluffy and rich in nutrients. Then, when it's filled all the way to the top with soil, you take your seeds and you just sprinkle them directly on top of the soil. And you can do them real heavy. Per tray, you can fit 2, 3, even 400 seeds in one, okay? You can just sprinkle them on there nice and heavy, all right? Because when then they're gonna sprout, like some of mine are already doing, and we will grow them. I'll make another video in about a month to show you what to do. But we'll just keep growing them and they'll grow taller and taller. And when it comes time to set them out, they will easily come apart. That's the thing. The magic part about onions is that the way that their roots are, they're real thick, kind of like spaghetti. And so they pull apart real easily. All right, so don't be concerned that they're too close together or any of that in here, all right? That's the secret. This is the best way to do them because they like to spread their roots out like that. All right, and then they're gonna grow tall, and then once they reach about 5 inches, we're gonna cut them, and then they'll grow a bit more. We'll cut them again. We'll keep them maintained at about 5 inches tall. That's gonna make them get nice and thick, okay? So we don't just let them get all long and lanky. But I'll make a video in about a month explaining that. For now, just get your seeds and get your tray and do like this. Yes, the reason, and I'll explain to you, the reason that one tray has to have holes in it is because once these do sprout and everything, we're gonna be doing bottom watering only, which bottom watering means we're just gonna lift up this tray and pour about a quarter inch of water into the bottom tray and then set the tray back on top of it. And that is going to slowly wick moisture from the bottom tray up to the top tray. That one thing alone is worth watching this video, that one tip, because bottom watering is what keeps your plants from dying. It keeps them from damping off, and it keeps the algae from forming at the surface, okay? So to bottom water, like we want to do with the onions, we're never going to water them from up top, okay? We're going to water them from the bottom. So, all right, guys, get that happening. And of course, watch my video about the seed starting setup. You have to have that going. It pays to get the heat mat. All right, the onions love the heat mats. So get those going now. It is the first week of March in zone 5B, 6A, northern Indiana. And now is the time to get the onion seeds started, all right? You're gonna have some awesome onions this year, and they're gonna last all winter long in storage, no problem. Let me know if you have any questions.